Hi, Jane. We
Hi,
are
Paul.
live.
Yay. That's exciting.
It is exciting. It's 8 p.m. It's Wednesday. It must be one thing, Jane.
It must be time for spiritual talk.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hi, Jane.
Hi,
We are
Paul.
live. I think we're live anyway, guys. Just let us know you're there. Come and say hi.
Yes.
We are going across 8 different platforms, so we don't know where people are coming in from, but it's welcome. It's Wednesday night. It's spiritual talk. And again, we're changing the way we're working, aren't we, tonight? We're doing the messages first and afterwards.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Yes.
Always exciting. Always exciting. So Connie said hello and Liz has said hello. We've got someone on Facebook saying hello. Just pop your name in as well. Hi, Sharon. Also, Sharon's dog's not very well.
Oh, yes. Yes. I am very much aware of that. Yes. I hope
Yeah.
her dog feels better soon.
And Moose as well, because he had a bit of a fall, didn't he?
He did. Moose is feeling 100% better. He's back to his gorgeous little self.
Good.
Yes.
So, guys, you should know by now how Jane works. Jane works with the angels. And if you've got a question you'd like to ask, please ask. I'm going to put the link in. If you'd like to come in and ask Jane a question and meet us, that would be great. So I'm just going to quickly copy the link and paste it into the comments.
So I don't know about you, Paul, but right now I'm just feeling super dizzy. So there's obviously somebody coming in because I just feel super dizzy.
So I could take it in different ways.
And not because I'm blonde.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, I don't want the letters, all right? But
I
it
can
does,
say
Spirit. On a serious note, Spirit does do that. It can't when people feel Spirit in so many different ways. But for me, I also get a bubbling in my solar plexus, my tummy, get that bubbling feeling. And then I feel the presence with me. I don't know about you, Jan. I know you feel present sometimes alongside you.
Yes, I usually feel off to the left, but when there's something coming in or an energy, I suddenly get very, very dizzy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's good to know your signs and how you work as well. Because working with Spirit is a subtle energy. So it's good to know how you work. So guys, please feel free to share. We are giving away a free reading as well. If we know you've shared, I'm just looking for the banners, you will be picked from our guest tonight. We've got another great guest. We are about to start doing the messages. Shall I go first, or do you want to go first, Jane?
No, you can go first.
Oh, I don't think I've got anybody yet. I think might be.
I'll just send this person over to you.
Hang on, I'll just open the door. Hang on, you're in Canada though, so.
Yeah, that's okay. But Spirit can travel.
Absolutely.
Okay. They don't even need an airplane.
I do have someone with me already. I do have a gentleman. I'm not sure if I'm around this area, but I feel like I'm going more to the north of England, but I'm not sure. I've got a gentleman in the spirit world that comes in and around me. He's making well. I'm just going to keep an eye on the comments as well. If you understand this information, please jump in on the link or keep sharing the link as well. I've got a gentleman that comes in and around me that I know he would have passed in hospital, and he's also talking about the problems he had with his heart. It was more than just a heart issue. Hi, Jane. Hi, Trevor. Yeah, so it's more than just a heart issue. He wants to connect with, I believe there's a son and possibly a daughter-in-law, potentially daughter as well. 15-second lag. Oh no, hope we're not getting lag. I'm so sorry guys if we're getting a lag, but bear with it. You can also watch us on YouTube, so have a look on YouTube, Spiritual Talk Live. Okay, so apologies for any kind of lag in the signal. I know I know this gentleman was also taking some tablets because he's making me aware the medication he was on made him feel nauseous and didn't always like the medication he was on. He was very, I don't want to say stuck in his ways. Lou's put father-in-law or John. Yeah, quite possibly. Okay. I also know it connects. If this connects to you, Lou, I also know there's family further north as well with this. Okay. But I know as I feel in with this gentleman, it's also problems with his leg as well. He's making me feel aware of his leg. Now, I also know about that's interesting because he's talking about, this could be for you guys because no notification. I had to search you out. Okay, guys. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. He's talking about clearing out a house. There's bin liners everywhere. There's wardrobes specifically that need to be cleared. And there's something about one specific wardrobe. I believe it's like a pine wardrobe. And there's also a dark wood wardrobe. And I believe the whole house needs clearing. Okay. There's also lots and lots of paperwork. There's also still people to ring. And I also believe this is around a recent passing. So I know this. I can't relate to this. Okay. I don't know who the Facebook user is. Can you just put your name in? Lou's jumped on. Okay. Hi, Lou.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay. We got Diane as well jumping on. Would you understand? I know I've given you a message from this gentleman before. I believe this is John. But there's still people that don't know that mum has passed. There's another. I'm being aware of mum or mother-in-law that has passed. That there's still people that don't know. Did you know this?
No.
There's still people to ring. Not everybody knows this lady has passed. I very much have. Oh, Diane's gone. Okay, I feel this is very much father or father-in-law that I've got here. Also, I know his name's John, but he's also talking about the David that connects into him. The David is going to give me information that I've never had before. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you guys coming on. Also, and also there's a Gene he's trying to connect me with. The Gene. Also, he wants forgive and putting and burdening you with this information, but I kind of feel you've got to act quick with the house clearing. Okay, he's making me aware of that. There's also been some issues around, potentially issues around the house sale, and I need to give you this because I know it's important to you guys. Also, I know this is for Paul because I've just heard the gentleman say Paul. I also know that he's been poorly, but more poorly of late. I also believe there's another treatment coming up soon for him. He's talking about another treatment, and I want to say within the next 3 months there's another treatment. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can relate. So Carrie said I can relate to this as well. Also, forgive me. I don't mean to put Paul on the spot in this environment, but would you understand Paul's tummy swelling as some kind of inflammation or swelling? Don't worry, he's not expecting. This isn't a joke, but he is okay. There's something else that he's had that's affecting him, and I believe it's around his diet, and I believe it's affecting. It's the medication that's causing the issue.
Yeah.
There's something about the medication that's causing his issue. Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Frozen. She's frozen.
Okay. I'm really hoping it's not our internet tonight. We're just going to keep going. Guys, you can always watch this on catch up. So don't worry, wherever you're coming in from, we're just going to keep going. Hi, Serena. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Julianne. Yeah, but there is a reverb. We're not getting the reverb this side. Lou, you might have to come back in again. I'm just going to keep going with this message. Okay, that is very much making me concerned, not concerned or concerned around the house sale, but also there's been some talk about tidying the house up, making it sellable more in terms of not internally, but externally. So you guys will be able to watch this on catch up. I'm going to finish with that. I'm so sad that she can't come back in. It's better on YouTube. Thanks, Dot. That's great. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Facebook does mess us around. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel on Spiritual Talk Live, that'll be great because we will come out of Facebook eventually. Okay, as soon as we get enough members, we'll do that. Hi, Joe. Yeah, hi, Melody. It's great to see you guys. Okay, I'll lose back in. I'm just going to finish this message off quickly.
Sorry.
That's right. I
Okay.
think Facebook could be playing a bit of a hoolie tonight, so we'll see how we go. But YouTube's good as well to come in on. All right.
Yeah.
Also, I know you have a dog. I know you have a cat. But there was. Would you understand somebody offered you another pet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I actually believe it's for the children. It's a kitten or something like that. You're going to be offered another pet. Okay. And I can hear Dad laughing to that. Also, would you understand the name Darren? And I believe it's to do with the sister, the name Darren.
Oh yeah,
Daz.
yeah.
Daz. Okay. All right. Can you say hi to Paul for me? I think I can see him in the background. He's a little bit shy coming on camera.
Hello.
Hi, mate.
Right?
How you
Hi.
doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Can I leave his love with you? But there is some urgency around the house about the house move and getting it sorted as quickly as possible. Tie up all the loose ends. Okay.
Right.
Also, there's some talk about making some alterations at the front of the house to make it more appealing. Would you understand this?
Yeah.
There's also a problem with one of the windows. He's talking about not whether it's not shutting properly. He's talking about that. There just needs to be a little bit of tidying up to get it ready to go. And I've just heard him say, "I love you." Just, I love you. I love you all. I'm going to leave that because that's a perfect way to finish that message. All right, it comes through lots of love for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, all right. And I love that. Always love that picture above your head. That's a lovely picture. That is a lovely picture. Yeah, I think that's called Crime Watch, isn't it? That one? Oh no, sorry, it's a different one.
The film stars, Paul.
Well, thanks for joining. It's been awesome. But
So Lou, can you just stay on because I can hear the reverb. Yeah, I can hear the reverb. Just because every time Paul was mentioning John, even now my legs are very cold. Like my knees are very, very cold. So did he have something wrong with his legs?
Oh, Paul, it's done it again.
Oh dear.
oh, they're frozen. Yeah, I picked up something wrong with his leg as well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she's frozen. You know her.
All right, we'll leave her, love. Guys, come on, give us a question for Jane, for the angels, and see what we can come up with. I'm just going to drop Lou out, bless her. She won't want me to keep her in live. It's stuck in a stuck pose. At least she was smiling.
At least it was a good one, yeah.
You know? Yeah. So we'll do a couple of questions or anything you would like to ask from the angelics. Any questions that you would want to know, let us know.
Yes, nothing generic. If you ask, what do my angels want me to know? I don't know, because I need a more specific question than that.
Yeah.
Maybe nobody wants to know anything.
Oh, okay. It's gone quiet. It could be, like I say, Facebook has been playing up today. It's been not great. It's been playing up all day. And I know it could be the broadband signal. So anyway, shall we, if no one's going to ask a question, because I'm kind of half tempted to ask you a question. Hi, Jane.
Go for it.
Now, hang on. There's a Facebook user who says, "Hi, Jane. Has a loved one been here with me all week? I have been constantly touched." Can you just give us your name? Because we can only see it as Facebook user. We need a little bit of connection.
Yes, I connect with people with their first name, so that would help. But even as Paul asked me that question, I can feel coolness on my cheek, like I'm being touched. Oh, it's Carol.
Oh, it's Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
So,
right, can I answer this already? Because I've had her come in today. I actually believe if it's Carol Phillips,
it is.
I've had your mum come in today when I did a few readings today before I came online. I actually felt her mum come in today around me. So I believe there's something going on with you at this moment in time, Carol. You need her love and support around you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I also believe there's an anniversary or a loved one's birthday coming in and around this particular time. Katrina's on YouTube. Great to see you on YouTube. Hi, Zoe. Okay. Do your angels move things around? Again, I think that might be Carol.
Like, do angels move things around? Is that what she's asking?
Yeah, I
or
believe
Facebook
so.
User is asking?
Oh, yeah. Laurie's put, hi, Jane. Did my mum come through as healing guide for me last week?
I just heard Laurie. It's funny. I can see her standing in your kitchen, Laurie. And yes, she did come through. And your mom's making me feel like, of course I came through. Why are you questioning that? So I know that you and your mom were very connected, Laurie. And she is making me feel, I'm starting to get dizzy again. And my back is starting to hurt. I don't know. I need to hold on to something to stay grounded here. But I don't know what else to say.
Well, I want to add to that.
Yeah, I just see her standing in your kitchen.
People don't realize that a part of the process and the way we work, and obviously, Laurie, we interviewed you on the program. We know how you work, but it's for me. We have a lot of our loved ones around us, supporting us and helping us. I had a dear friend come in to me recently and said, "Why do you never ask me for help?" I never hadn't really thought of it, but our loved ones like to be a part of that process.
Ooh. I'm just like swimming here. I'm just so dizzy and swimming with all the energy that's around.
Oh, hi, Ali. I've not seen you, or I've never seen you comment, Ali. So it's good to see you on here. Okay, we are going to come back to this, guys. We will come back. So if we've got another half an hour at the end of the show, we'll do some more messages. But Ali's just come up with this quick one. Hiya. I have been feeling I had to contact a friend of mine, family, I think. I did so, but I wondered if it was Mark that asked me to do it. A friend has passed. What do you feel of that?
Yes, I do agree with that. I'm just reading the question again. So you're asking if Mark, Ellie's asking if Mark, okay. So yes, I do feel it was Mark. He's showing me like, I don't know if you know who Gumby is, but like a really long arm.
Gumby?
Gumby? Do you know who Gumby is?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe
we'll ask her in a minute if she knows who Gumby is.
Maybe it's a North American thing. So
okay.
Gumby was this toy or whatever. It was green and it had really long arms and you could pull the arms really long. So he's showing me Gumby that I feel like Ali is going to be reaching out to more people through Mark. Because his arm is just like extending and extending and extending. If that makes sense.
Awesome. Hi, Sandra. My typing is bad. Don't worry. We do a lot of this because it's text type. Everyone's pretty fun typing. So, okay. Guys, come back to us with the messages because we do need to get on with the show because we do have another brilliant guest this evening. Awesome. And it's your chance to interact with Sue and ask questions, and then we'll be back on to do some work afterwards. So I can't wait to see you all and the messages at the end, but please stay tuned because this is we love this part of the show. It's where your opportunity to I'm just waffling. I'm just going to shut up.
Oh, look. I'm just going to post Laurie's here.
Oh, you put that on there.
Yes. Oh, so Laurie, that's awesome. Because I can see her standing in the kitchen looking out the window.
Is she?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. Awesome.
Love that. Okay. Are you going to introduce today's guest?
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. I feel like I'm brand new. Okay. So it's all good. Okay. So tonight's guest, it's weird because it's noon here, so it's very difficult saying tonight. So today's guest is Sue Suddaby Overton, also known as Holistic Sue. She is a psychotherapist, counselor, a tarot reader, a Reiki healer, and a yoga and Pilates teacher. She is very, very passionate about her work and has extensive experience working with many people with a variety of needs, requirements, and circumstances. So let's bring her in.
Awesome. Hi, Sue. Welcome to the show.
Hi there.
Welcome.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Jane. How's it going?
Good, how are you? Did I say your name right?
Yeah, you did. I was really impressed. Yeah.
I thought I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Sue, we always like to know how you started getting into the spiritual side of life. How did it start for you?
Well, I think that I recognized I've been spiritual ever since I can really remember, but didn't really have an understanding of what that was. So I always had a sense of being quite different as a child, and I didn't really relate to childhood stuff in the same way that other kids did. And my mind's always been very, very deep, and it's been a real journey, and it's always a journey. I think it was by the time I was about 15, I was aware that I could sense a lot, I could pick up a lot, and I could hear a lot. And I didn't realize that not everybody could do that until I had interactions with friends and realized, this is a bit different. I spent a long time trying to shut it down, to be honest, because I wasn't sure if I liked the difference that I came with, until later on in life and through quite a few different hardships and different experiences, I actually really got on board with my spiritual side. It was like the thing that anchored me and pulled me through. And I just started to develop the skills by using it and working it and bringing it into my world. And then I realized how much I loved that, what a difference it was making in my own life, and discovered through my work that actually it makes a difference in other people's lives as well. It's very empowering. So it's been one hell of a journey, and it's going to continue. And I love it. It's helped transform me into who I really am and open me up to who I really am. So, yeah.
Awesome. You've got a rap sheet, if we can call it that, as long as your arm. You do so much. You help people in so many different ways. And I'm not sure where to begin on what to ask you, because I've seen you do some lives, some self-help stuff, a lot about how to deal with difficult relationships and understanding that and recovering from that, to healing. Well, am I right to say healing? I guess I am. With what you do, the Reiki side of things.
Yeah.
So healing, and you're a medium as well, aren't you?
Yeah, but my greatest sense is my feeling sense. I go more powerfully, like I can feel what people's emotions are in my body as if it was my own. And that's been my strongest gift. That's the one that really, really helps me to understand what's going on with other people, and helps me to understand the healing that they would probably benefit from. So the holistic part being the whole package, bringing in different parts of sense to make a greater whole.
See, and I think forgive me, from the mediumship community, guys, that you're watching this, and I think sometimes we can, as mediums, we can be guilty of just doing one piece, bringing the evidence through, and not giving that person more help to get over things, whether it's a loss, whether it's relationship, whether it's someone that's passed into the spirit world, if that makes sense. So I think it'll be better if more mediums were more or more healing adverse, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I just think we kind of miss a trick by just giving. We come in, we give a short message. We've got your dad here. We've just seen that. We've given Lou a message from her father-in-law, and then that was that. That's all they've got. But then they've got the grief. They've got all that to deal with as well. And it's such a varied thing that we do in terms of a discipline. It is a discipline. And I'm very well, I'm waffling. I've got a bit of a COVID brain, so I'm so sorry. I keep spacing out. So I could be here waffling all night, but as long as spirit are working, it's all that matters. But I like your approach in terms of the way you work. But what are some of the challenges for you in that?
Well, it's kind of it is challenging because, you know, with the mediumship bit, it's great, it's amazing, it's giving people loads from that, so they're getting loads of reassurance, loads of support, loads of comfort. And the bit that I come in with, the healing part, is so the challenge for me is where I can feel so deeply, I can feel that person's stuff. It's trying to keep the separation there. What's theirs, what's mine? How do I make sure I don't carry that with me afterwards? So it's working really hard to keep making sure that the energy that moves through me, what I'm picking picking up is very fluid. I also ground it down through my feet. It's about also the challenging part is trying not to rescue people as well. So when you can feel pain that acutely, the initial reaction is, what can I do to support them with that? But actually the greatest gift I can give them is just to be with them through those moments and allow them to feel that pain.
Yeah.
And you know, whether I can feel it with them or not is neither here nor there. It's what they're experiencing, because it's their pain.
Yeah, sorry guys, we've got a crazy spammer just gonna block you, so I'm so sorry about that. It looks like it's coming all the way, cards from China. Oh, that sounds really horrible reading that. Just gonna get rid of that.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, really bad. And that's the one thing I don't know if you guys have noticed. The spiritual community have been really hit hard with these. There we go. So I'm just going to hide that. With these people trying to, I've asked them to block user, but it's not doing it for some reason. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. I'm really trying hard, and Facebook has just gone crazy today. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, hopefully we can delete it in a minute and get rid of it. But we seem to be targeted by certain elements of the community out there. They're trying. A lot of people are being spammed. And do you find that as well, Sue, in your work when you go lives?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You do a lot of lives, don't you?
I do a lot of lives. I do a weekly Saturday morning live without fail. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna. It's got a great question here from Rhonda. I don't know if you can see that one, Jane.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Honestly, what is going on tonight?
I don't know.
I'm going to go out and come back in again.
It's impacting everything electrical.
Yeah.
So Rhonda asks, have you ever had an experience where you felt uncomfortable with the feelings you felt?
Absolutely. Often, regularly, frequently. I guess it's how you really define uncomfortable. So if I'm working with somebody who's experienced trauma, or if I'm picking up spiritually a message that's coming through that might be quite traumatic to hear, upsetting, moving, I can feel that. I can feel it in my gut. I can feel it in my throat. I can feel it physically. I can feel it emotionally. With that discomfort, you know, is it scary? No. It's, if that's what you mean by is it uncomfortable, not at all. I never find it scary. I'm quite a realist, so it is what it is. It's more about how do I deliver that in the kindest, gentlest way that is going to be beneficial to that person and is going to help them moving forward in whatever direction they feel they need and want to move forward. You know, so it's not about me feeling something upsetting or moving and then, you know, kind of scaring the person I'm working with and saying that. It's about how do I deliver this? And it can always be delivered in a very empathic, compassionate way that is safe and grounding, and that person is going to feel some healing from that experience. But it's very transient. I don't hold on to it. So if it's uncomfortable, it just passes through. It's never more than a few seconds.
Yeah. We've got one here from Carrie. Yeah. Oh no.
Carrie asks, why is it I can connect to people's past loved ones, yet not my own? Is it because I don't need evidence that there is more than this life as we know it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Interesting question. So I would wonder, is there any blocks, any emotional or spiritual blocks to picking up on your own? Because I find when I'm dealing with experiences with people, I find it easier to feel other people's experiences than I do with my own. So if it's my own stuff and it might be a bit emotional or a bit intense, I can have a bit of resistance with that. You know, I don't want to deal with my stuff. It's easier to deal with other people's. And so it can be easier to also reach out to other people's spirit guides, other people's passed over loved ones in that respect, in my mind, because it can be just quite overwhelming when you're connecting with your own loved ones. I don't know what you two think about that.
You're actually giving me full body goosebumps saying that answer. So, yeah, I'm like, oh, so cold. But yes, I definitely agree. For me, it's a lot more difficult. Like I can ask my guides questions and they'll give me one or two answers, like 1 word or 2 words, but it's easier for me to get information about my client than it is for myself.
Absolutely. But that's because we naturally doubt ourselves when it comes to us, because we know so much about that person. So we know so much. We are emotionally involved with that person. So to get through that emotion, we don't have that. with our clients. We don't have that connection, so I just find it a lot easier. It took me 5 years to connect to my father, and I wasn't sure whether that was because of the grief or whether it was because of me and how I was receiving it. And I remember just not taking my mind away from what I was doing. At one moment I was hanging the washing out, and my father, his thoughts come into my mind. He started to sing an old London song that I recognized that he used to sing. So sometimes if we try to focus on it, well, I don't think we get it. It's when we take our mind away from it. You know, there's a term in mediumship. They always say, surrender to the spirit. Surrender. Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Keeps going. I don't know how he's doing. It's very clever. I've got him out again. I've blocked him again, but somehow he keeps coming round and round. I've never seen an attack like this before, but never mind. We'll just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah. Oh, there's one here from Tracy. Oh,
sorry.
so it says, I'll put it up again. Hi.
It's you and I. We're hitting it at the same time.
I'll let you do that. Okay. Hi, Sue. What is one of the most profound spiritual healing experiences you have received or provided? That's a great question.
Oh, wow. That's making me think now that I've received or provided. Well, I won't go into ones I've provided. I won't talk about my clients, but ones I've received. I think there's two I'm thinking of, but the main one that comes to mind is when I had my second Reiki initiation about 15 years ago, and I kind of went right into something. So I was, I grounded and went into myself, and it was like almost like I was overtaken for a moment, and it was such a deep healing experience, very, very visual, and it was an image of Jesus, but he had kind of like some white robe he was trying to wrap around me. But not only could I see the vision, I could feel it right into my chest. And although I was very stationary and still, that I cannot put into words the sense of intensity of emotion I had, of such love and feeling so loved. And I realized after that my portals to spirit world opened up just like that. There was no going back, and it felt like a blessing and a gift all in one. So I can kind of feel it in my throat as I talk about it now. Actually, it's one of those things, because I work so much with clairsentience. I could feel it so deeply that I'd never be able to express it in words. But what that healing experience gave me was the gift to be able to heal others at a much deeper level.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Sharon's asked a great question as well. So, has there been a special moment that stands out for you? I guess you could say the same thing, really.
Yeah, very much. I think the special moments are the moments that take me by surprise, that I'm not expecting. So I can be going about my daily business, and I'll have the ear ringings going on for days, which usually means the downloads coming, and then I'll suddenly get impacted with big visions, I'll get scripts, I'll see like movies moving through my mind that will actually be the jigsaw puzzle pieces of my life, of the things that have gone on in my life that I've not been able to understand. That in my life I've had quite a lot of trauma, which have been the gifts to help me, to the training ground to get me doing the work I'm doing now. And I'll have just very, very quick snippets showing me what I've been through, why I've been through it, and why it had to be. And it's the deepest, most profound experiences. It's like a blessing of thank you, because when you get the clarity, the truth, and the understanding, it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, we've got a couple more great questions coming in. Sandra's put, hi Sandra, I was told the reason I don't get anything from loved ones is that I'm in denial. I don't subscribe to that view. I'm sorry, not in my opinion. I'm sorry. I don't believe that at all. I don't think it's you're in denial at all. There could be many, many reasons why you're not picking up family. Like I said earlier, sometimes our emotion can get in the way of that. So yeah, no, I would not say that was true. There's another one there. Great question from Tammy, or Rudy. She's down as Rudy.
What does Reiki help you with?
My answer to that would be, what does Reiki not help you with? I think it's the thing with Reiki, the beauty of it is it's universal healing energy. So it's available to anybody, and it works on any level: mind, body, spirit, emotion. Really, as long as you're open to Reiki, you don't have to have an understanding of it. You don't even have to fully believe in it. As long as you're open to it, if it needs to go somewhere for you, it's going to go somewhere for you. So it works on every level, every type of block you can have. It's just being open to it. So, for example, if I work with somebody and I worked holding their hand, if it needs to go to their foot, it's going to go to your foot. It's going to do what it needs to do, and that might supersede what you believe it's coming in for. So it might be deeper spiritual blocks that you have that holding you back physically, holding you back emotionally. It's a beautiful thing. It has its own brain, if you like. It knows exactly what it's doing above and beyond what I'm doing. I'm just the facilitator passing the energy through. So it's an amazing thing. Give it a go.
Oh, that's a great. We've got one from Rhonda as well. I'll come back to that, Rhonda, your question. I want to ask a quick question as well, Sue. What is the difference between spiritual healing and Reiki?
That's questionable. I question if there really is one. I think they're all different forms of universal energy, and I believe everybody can heal. Obviously initiations help if you're doing Reiki, and there's different names really for the same thing, and I think it's the frequency, it's the vibration. I don't believe any type of healing is better or worse than any other. It just comes in at a different frequency. So for me personally, I believe Reiki is a very grounding energy, and there's other types of spiritual healing that might be a slightly higher vibration, hitting other things that maybe Reiki, I mean, it will touch everything. But there's certain things that's going to be great for grounding. That's going to be great for emotional stuff. That's going to be great for grief. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Just coming back on that, it was a great reply from Liz. Liz said, I found out I was a medium after someone from my past died and he just showed up. So that kind of answers your question. So it's not, I don't believe you can be blocked from that. Okay, and I'm going to come back to, I want to come back to Rhonda, but Carol, you've asked a brilliant question. Okay, so I must be narcissistic because I'm always right. I'm joking. That's a joke, by the way. How do you work with a narcissistic person? Don't they always think they are right? And how can you get them to see their truth?
Yeah, complex. Fascinating. Profiles. Where do I go with that? Where do I start? So commonly, this is my scope on it. You'd be hard pushed to get a narcissist into therapy, because if they're not thinking they've done anything wrong, why would they be going to therapy? If they don't think there's anything about them that might need looking at or adjusting or help with, why would they be in therapy? But I'm not going to generalize and say that narcissists never come to therapy. There will be some that will. Is it even my job to try and force them to see their truth? No, my job is to kind of turn a light on and help them to see what I would perceive as shadow aspects of themselves, bits that my angle would be going in at, the way that you go through life, is that beneficial to you? Are you getting the results you want? And then start layering it back to what part of you do you need to change in order to get to that outcome. Does that always go to plan? No. Is that easy? No. But they have to help themselves too. I won't be here to do it for them. So it's a two-way street.
Yeah. Okay, where are we? Let's go back to Rhonda's question. Rhonda's asked, have you ever had any well-known people come through?
Depends what you mean by well-known.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've had any famous people come through per se. I don't know about you two.
Yeah, I've had a few. Michael Jackson.
Hey.
Well, on Spiritual Talk 2 weeks ago, we had Tupac come through for our Debbie. I've had one of the Crays turn up in a reading. Oh gosh, yeah, it's been a few. Amy Winehouse was one in a reading. So I've been privileged to pick a few.
I had Robin Williams walk into my home after he passed. He rounded the corner. I was at home just watching TV, And he rounded the corner and peeked his head out and just waved at me. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Robin Williams.
So for a minute, I thought you said Robbie Williams. I'm thinking,
Robin.
is he dead? I didn't
Yes,
know
it
he
was.
was dead.
Robin Williams, the
No.
comedian.
Yeah. Oh, Robin Williams. That's
Robin
interesting.
Williams.
We had him come through. My partner and I had a reading, and he came through in a reading from the trance medium Elaine Thorpe. So I thought, wow, why is he here? So yeah, it was quite funny that he came through. But yeah, there's been a few, and it's generally because that person knows that person. Okay, so yeah, okay. A bit of appreciation there from Tracy. Hi, Tracy. That sounds amazing, Sue. What an experience. Thanks for sharing. We've also got, where is it on here? Joe is put on here as well. I have seen family members who have passed in my house and feel them near me. I know who they are, but they have never come through when I've been to a charity event. Would it be better to have a private reading? What are your thoughts on that?
Very personal experience, isn't it? I
It
guess.
is. And the thing is with that, if you're aware of your loved ones, do you need to go and get more evidence to prove that they're alive? Or is it more about a personal matter to you? Do you know what I mean? What is it you're seeking? It's lovely to feel that your loved ones are around you, and that's a great personal comfort, I'm sure. So yeah. Do you ever have anybody in your work, Sue, that works with you that from family or not?
That works what in spirit?
Yeah, with
me?
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
alongside you.
yeah, my grandmother. Yeah, and it's one of those stories I love, that when she was on the earth plane, she wouldn't have dabbled in this at all. She would have had none of it whatsoever.
Yeah.
That is a lot of the background I come from. But as soon as she passed over, even at her own cremation, there was already stuff coming through straight away that I was kind of quite alarmed about. But she's been my greatest savior. She could be there for me more up there than she ever could down here. And so she will often work with me when I'm working with people. She also works with me when I'm looking after my children as well. So she's a great help, but she'll sort of nudge me when I'm doing readings and things as to what to say, what not to. She always comes up behind my right shoulder as spirit do, and they hover. So she's great.
Yeah. Rhonda's asked, is there anybody else in your family that has the gift as well?
Yeah, I would claim that my mother has. She would claim that she doesn't. So she's hugely intuitive. She has amazing hunches. She's far more esoteric than I am. But I'd definitely say that that's the lineage that I've got it from.
Okay. Can you see that one from Carol, Jane? That's a great question as well.
So Carol asks, do you have to have healing therapy yourself after working with negativity all day? I find being around negativity affects me.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the beauty of being able to do healing is every time I go to bed, I fall asleep with my hands on my heart, and I ask, spirit guides to come through, whoever needs to come through, my Reiki guides, to give me healing. And sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and my legs are like lead, where I've just been loaded up with energy. And other times it's not so intense. And definitely there's such an influx of people coming through my house each week for different therapies that if I wasn't healing myself, I'd be absorbing a lot of that energy. Although a lot of it goes through me, I'd still be absorbing a lot of their emotions because I can feel them so intensely. So I have to keep up on top of my own healing to clear out everybody else's stuff. But also, I always need my own healing. Always. I've always got deep emotions going on, because in my chart I've got Chiron, the wounded healer. So my job through this life, my mission, is that I will feel pain in order to heal pain. So I'll always have that thread where, as much as I can keep healing myself, I can keep my energy as high as it can be.
Yeah, it's great, because we do work with so many different people. You don't know what they're bringing with them. And I found today there was a moment that it really hit me. So a client had a family member come through, but it was Oh, hang on.
We're back.
Give me. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this user. Someone's already said this guy's quite bad. He might be able to take over your program. We're not going to let him. Okay, he's not on there. So
There's always one.
yeah, there is. Yeah, okay. Sue said, sorry, Sharon has said, Sue, do you have dreams that come true?
I wouldn't say I have dreams that come true. I have prophetic dreams. I do have dreams that will show me timelines up ahead for my own life. And spirit like me to work for things. They never give it just on a plate, I've found. And so what will happen is now and again, I'll get a prophetic dream about a future event. And basically, if I don't quite like what I'm seeing, they want me to work out how to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do a lot of yoga as well as part of your daily practice. And I'm allowed to share that you do running as well.
No. You're not getting into any running stories, Paul.
Well, we had I am going to tell people. I'm so impressed. We had a meeting on Saturday, didn't we? Just to run over what we're going to do tonight. And I felt ashamed. I really did. You was up at what, 5 o'clock in the morning running?
I sound like I don't have a life now. You were ashamed?
Yeah, I was just ashamed because there I was like 10:30. Was it 10:30 or something? 11 o'clock. I was drinking my first coffee of the day, and there you was. You've been up since 5, running 2, 3, 4 miles, and I'm like, yeah. I was just thinking I need to get back into running as well. So,
Well, I hope I've influenced you. You don't have to do it at 5 a.m. Only nutty people do that. So
no, but it's a beautiful time of day, and it is right. You do a lot of stuff that helps to keep you balanced. You're working with your fitness. All of that really helps you in terms of your daily practice. It's got to have helped you because you're energized, and running does do that. Even though I hate to admit it, because I can run after a football, but I struggle running for myself, if that makes sense. So I have to force myself. But every time I've done it, I've enjoyed it, but I've had to drag myself to get to it in the first place. But then it's made me feel better, stronger, fitter for the day ahead. So it does set you up. So I should actually say doctor's orders, 2 miles every morning, everybody. Okay, I'm not sure.
Not me. Pass on that.
Yeah.
don't think it's a popular request.
I'm not a runner. I would probably sprain something or break something, but I love hiking. So there's lots of places to hike here.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I'm just putting this guy in a timeout. He doesn't stop. He's pretty ferocious. Okay, Carol's put a great question. Can you see that one?
Yes. So Carol asks, is there anything you can recommend if the negative person is your family? It's hard not to sympathize with a relative, even if you think they are wrong and they won't listen to you when you try to get them to be more positive. So what can you recommend?
Yeah, so I would say
I want to say divorce, but there you go.
That's a bit extreme.
Oh, I'll behave. Okay, sorry. Carry on, Sue.
I would suggest then, if it's a family member and it might be feeling a bit intoxicating, a bit intense, sometimes you're not the person. If you're really, really close, you're not the person to support them.
Yeah,
sometimes it's better to get somebody else. Because where it's a loved one, the boundaries can get blurred and it can be harder to sort of protect yourself. I mean, really, if it's too intense, the answer would be to step away. Not necessarily divorce, but having those boundaries there is protecting yourself. So knowing that even if a loved one is in need, you also have needs as well, and you can't do everything for a person. They've got to do something to help themselves as well. But sometimes it's easier to try and get somebody else who isn't emotionally involved to do the helping instead.
Yeah, that sounds good advice. My voice just keeps changing tonight. Someone else has commented on that. Sue, I've noticed yours is changing a little bit.
Is it?
It keeps, yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe we need some throat center clearing. I don't know, but I can feel my voice keep up and down. I know we worked with spirit straight away, and sometimes that can affect us as well with the voice. Jordan, hi, yes. Jordan. Another great question.
So Jordan asked, just wondering, Sue, do you have a shamanic background or have you thought about shamanism?
Yeah, funny you should say that, Jordan. I have a very shamanic background. I feel very shamanic in probably past life is what I feel, very much so. It feels very, very familiar. I'm very much into animal guides. I've done a ton of reading on shamanic practices, and I have a lot of soul retrieval myself. So talking about, do I, heal myself? Yes, but that's through others doing that for me. I'm very, very big on shamanism, and I think it's an awesome practice to get into. I think it's back to basics. I think it's what we all know innately deep down. It's the best way to heal, in my mind. Yeah, I love it. And it's something that I do pick up. I'll go and train in about 10 years' time. For some reason, not at the moment, but in 10 years' time. Yeah.
I saw that from Carol. Carol's comments.
I'm not, Carol, are you a spammer?
No comment.
I had a shamanic journey once. I used to live somewhere else, and sometimes before I go to sleep or before I wake up, I will see a spirit in front of my face, but I actually saw a buffalo, and I could see, it was so intense. I could see the curls of the fur, but the eyes looked human. And over the course of a week, everything just lined up, and I connected with the son. He said that his father's spirit animal was a buffalo, and that his dad had come to me, and he said to me, he's like, people like you don't come to see me. And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm going to take that as a compliment, because I don't know what you're talking about, But I had a shamanic journey to get my 18-year-old fractured self to pop back in, and it was pretty fascinating,
That's amazing, and it's deeply healing, because with the shamanic practices, as our soul parts get fragmented off if we've had tough experiences this life, past life, and our soul breaks off to protect itself. But we know that we won't feel whole in some way. We'll know something innately is missing, so we collect those parts back in soul journeying. And I often think, I don't know how many lives I've had, but I don't know how many soul parts have broken off. But whenever I go journeying with my shaman, it's constant bringing parts back. And I'm thinking, how many parts of me is there that's missing? I guess that's what I'm here to collect back.
Yes. Yeah. It was absolutely fascinating. I can just say, so the shaman, he said to me, what happened when you were 18? And I'm like, I have no idea, because I'm way beyond 18. And then it came to me, I was hit by a car. And my friend and I were walking across the road, and I saw this car turn, and I said, it's not going to stop. And it didn't. And it hit me, and she bounced off. And, you don't really realize that when things like that happen, that your soul does fracture.
Survived that, Jane. How much have you been through?
I've had a tough life too. Yeah, I've had a lot of traumas. But yeah, I remember my head smacking the windshield. I remember the car hitting. I remember sensations. The car hitting my knees, and then I flipped onto my back, and my head hit the windshield, and then my head bounced on the pavement. I remember that.
Wow.
But I don't remember standing up or anything. I don't remember anything else. But the shaman, when he said, one day you're just going to get really angry for no reason, and you're going to yell and you're scream, and he said, then that 18-year-old girl self will pop into you. And sure enough, it happened.
I imagine she's pretty, miffed, the fact that some dude just hit you in a car.
Oh yeah, it was a guy I went to school with.
Oh my God.
He's in the same.
Was that his way of chatting you up?
I was on crutches. I was like, I was in a lot of pain, but obviously being hit by a car.
I agree, Sharon. Sharon's asked me how many lives you're on now.
Oh gosh, hopefully the last one.
That's pretty crazy. That is pretty amazing. So, I mean, so psychotherapy. Can you describe a little bit more about what you do with that, Sue? Is that like a programming kind of?
You could say it's an unprogramming. So
okay.
Yeah. So psychotherapy, it's counseling, it's therapy, it's talking therapy, it's working with people's life events. But psychotherapy is working with a lot deeper mental health, a lot broader spectrum of mental health, and it's really working with people with how is that impacting their lives. going quite deep into their childhood. Psychotherapy is very about looking back into trauma and how is that trauma impacting that person in the here and now. It's fascinating stuff. I mean, it's amazing to see people start to change their lives.
Yeah, because we need to talk about some of the courses you do as well. You've been doing some workshops. Was there a recent one that's just been?
Yeah, I just did a numerology one based on.
Hang on. So you do numerology. That's not even in your write-up.
No, it's not.
So you do numerology as well?
Yeah, because numerology is really where it's at, because we've all got really personal in numerology, you know, our date of birth, our names, everything that is written in our soul blueprint about where for our highest good we're going in our lives. But often we get very unconscious to that. And it's a way of kind of getting to grips with, are you living the life you want to be living? Are you aware of the life you want to be living?
So do you do readings on just numerology?
Both.
Wow. So if I gave you a date, okay, would you be able to work out like what this person's about or that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'd need a bit of pen and paper, and I'd need 5 minutes to do that. So if you're going to throw it at me
We're
now,
not going to put you on the spot. It's all right. We wouldn't ask you to do that.
good.
Damn.
Save that for later.
Yeah, we will. We'll get you back on again and we'll do it again. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
So so numerology as well. Wow, it is a powerful I don't want to say tool, but it kind of is like a tool, isn't it? Really helping us and guiding us to find the right path in our life.
Yeah, and everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. Everybody thinks numbers and go, ugh. You know, I'm kind of one of those as well, but I still count on my fingers. But numerology is not as complicated as people think. There's so much information. It's your soul plan. It's who you are. It's who you truly are. And it's just it just helps people refocus. It helps people understand who they are at the deepest level and then how to apply that to their own lives. It's very healing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, by the way, Liz, it's not reverbing on I don't believe, you're on YouTube.
Yeah,
Try
it was,
come back on.
it was on my end. I could hear the reverb.
Oh, still? What, from Sue?
No, from Sue, but I can't hear it anymore.
Okay, it's gone. So some people are saying, so maybe switch over channels. We got different channels live, guys. All right. Carol, she's put, do you feel that the paths that you take are given to you for a reason? So we talked about soul contract in terms of what we're doing, where we're going. That really helps someone if we had a clearer understanding of that. I mean, with numerology, does it give you specifics in terms of what you should and shouldn't be doing? Can it be that specific?
I guess it can, but I like to be more fluid with it because I never like to direct somebody else's life. It's all about empowering them to go, do you realize that the potential is you have this potential?
Yeah.
And then there's ways of like the destiny path of going, so if this is potentially your potential, how do you go about facilitating that and getting on that path? And there's other parts that we can bring in different types of numerology that gives hints. And it's not set in stone. We've got free will. Nobody has to go and fulfill that just because, you know, in my mind, prior to birth, we sign up to certain experiences. You know, we can fulfill that at our life potential. We can fulfill that for us, our highest good, or we can choose other paths. I've done that. I've taken other paths from what might have been my purpose, knowingly and unknowingly. Free will and stubbornness, I guess.
I think as Carol asked this, does Sue have any workshops coming up?
Yes, there is one in April down here in Cornwall that will be something around tarot, but don't know yet. Haven't put pen to paper.
So you do tarot as well for people that, and again, for you, what is tarot about for you? Because everybody has a different idea. There's so many different ideas and meanings around the tarot. Do you use specific decks? What do you use specifically, or is it just go with the flow?
Absolutely go with the flow. Absolutely. So for me, tarot is about giving people support and guidance based on their past, what's happening in the present, with a potential for the future. I never tell people you have to go and do this or that's meant to happen. It's very much a feeling sense. So with my decks now, I just go to any deck that feels right. I often won't even look at what the card is. I just feel it. I feel it and I'm feeling that person. And it's just spiritual guidance on usually what I can feel is a lot of what's gone on for them because I can feel it, and that's the starting point. And it's actually, how is that impacting you in your life now, and what would help you in your future to get past that?
Yeah. Yeah. Where was it? I just missed one. Oh yeah, good one from Catherine Steele. Can you see that?
No.
Can you see any comments? So you're not getting the comments, are you?
I was getting comments, but I can't see any now. There we go.
There you go. Can you recommend a book to start a numerology journey with?
Do you know, the hilarious thing about that question is absolutely I can't, purely because I read that many books, I can never remember what the books are called or who they are by, ever. So unless I turn the screen around and showed you my bookshelf and say picture of those, unfortunately.
How about you let me know later, and I'll send you, Catherine. I'll send you a couple of titles that you recommend.
I'll pick
How's
out a
that?
few.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. What else we got? We got quite a lot in here. Carol's asked, do you work with angel numbers too?
Yes.
But okay, what's the difference between angelic numbers and is there such a thing as bog standard numerology? Can it be bog standard? Can't just flush it away, but you know.
Everything can be bog standard in my mind. So angel numbers for me is more divine guidance. So it's spiritual guidance coming through. When I'm working with numerology, it tends to be between the numbers 1 and 9. So angel numbers can be anything above and beyond. Numerology, it's more a little bit bog standard. So you get your life path number between 1 and 9, and actually that has the flavor of that specific number. For me, when we're working with angel numbers, yes, it has a feeling, it has a frequency, it has a resonance of information, but I can feel it specific to that person. So it could be a spectrum that, I don't know, 2020 means a certain thing, but when I'm dealing with that person, that 2020 means that feeling, rather than that 2020 means something else for that person, a different person. I've probably not explained that very simplistically at all, but that's Sue language.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I've got another question upon a question on that. How does one arrive? If I come to you and said, I keep seeing 22, is that an angel number, or is that just someone going, you just keep seeing 22, mate?
It's a master number, so I would say if you keep saying 22, it's meaning something for you.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably say, Paul, just go and look it up online and get out of it.
No doubt.
But how do you read for someone if you wanted an angelic reading? Do you do that? Is that what I'm trying to say here? Is there such a thing as an angelic reading? Well, there is, because Jane does it all the time. Hang on, sorry, Jane. She's going to reach for a clout, mate.
Yeah, Jane, I think you need to answer that one. You're the angel master.
Well, I'm not the angel master. I just communicate with them. I communicate with higher frequencies.
Jane, it's probably because you should be over there than here. I've realized that tonight.
Oh my God.
Hit by a car, you know, what you've been through is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I've had stage 4 cancer twice, bone marrow transplant.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of things. Oh yeah, I've been trying to get over there, but they're like, nope, gate is closed. You missed the plane. You know. Yeah.
Great question from Jordan. Hi, Jordan. And here we go. Jordan's asked, Sue, do you recommend using old age of healing, or new ways that are being unveiled in these times we are in?
I suspect the old age healings and the new way ones probably linked. And I always say, just go with your gut feeling to what feels right. So I'll jump in and out of loads of different healing modalities as and when, just because I'm simply drawn to it. And I think it's really down to individual preference. So Jordan, if you're drawn to something, I wouldn't question it. That's the right one for you. Stay in your power. Know what's right for you.
Yeah. So, okay, that's a great question, Carol. Carol Turner's asked, hi, Carol, what does it mean when you keep seeing numbers like 0909, 10, 10, 11, 11?
Yeah, so they've got double whammy power, really. So if you're seeing repeating numbers, the message in that number is twofold. It's really, really prominent. So I would say when you're noticing those numbers, the doubles, notice exactly when you're noticing them and what were you just thinking. Bring it back to yourself. What was going through my mind as I saw that number? Because there'll probably be some relevance, particularly, you know, angel numbers. They're trying to speak to you. They're trying to come through to you at a time that they can grab your attention. It's always, what are you doing in that moment? What are you thinking? What are you drawn towards? What are you pulling back from? There's your answer. Yeah.
Oh. Hi, Ruth. Thank you, Carol. Ruth has just asked a really great question.
That's for me.
Oh, it's for you. I thought
That's for me.
I can't answer that one.
this is coming
Let's see how
from
good you are, Sue. And
that's
go.
what Jane goes to.
That's for me.
That's a question for all of us. Well, I certainly can ask
Yeah,
Sue as
it's for
well.
all of us, really. I can't say I have. When I had stage 4 cancer twice, I was very, very sick, and I don't actually remember a lot of the. I remember being in the hospital, but I was just so incredibly sick that a lot of my memory is wiped out. And then even being hit by a car again and all the other stuff I've experienced, my memory has been blacked out. So
Yeah,
no.
not surprising.
Yeah, trust me, I'm trying to get over there, but yeah, they don't want me.
So, how about you, Sue? Have you ever felt or experienced anything from the other side?
Yeah, a couple of things, but I think my main one is having a memory just before being born,
Yeah.
just before coming down. It felt like a bit like Harry Potter, like the big old churches, the big old schools. Felt like that. It was a very strange building, very very big grey building like a church, and these quite strange looking beings. I'm going to sound a bit far out now.
Can you describe them for us?
Yeah, they were very, very tall, thin and grey, with very long, very, very Harry Potter kind of wizard-like style. But they were in a line either side, and there was lots of them. They had a clipboard. They were all looking quite serious. They were all writing down on a clipboard, and I could see through my eyes now, but I couldn't see myself. And I was just pacing up and down between the rows of them, just taking deep breaths, going. It was a sense of brace yourself. Because I knew in that memory that this was going to be a particularly challenging life, which I did sign up for because it gave me everything I needed to get where I needed to go. But it was a sense of brace yourself and prepare yourself. So it felt like I knew I was coming down, and I knew I was coming down for something. And all of that information was given in like a 2-second image.
How about you, Paul?
Do you feel you was coerced in coming down or not?
Coerced. So you are going down. I actually think I volunteered.
Oh,
Why, I don't know. Oh, I kind of do, but I don't know what I was thinking. But I think
I hear you. I hear you.
I met someone recently that felt they were being forced into life, and they remembered screaming in frustration, and they realized they were crying like a baby, and it was too late. You're
wow.
not going back now. So that I found that really interesting. In terms of, did you actually see your life path? I know you wouldn't remember that, but do you have any feelings of that? Because
No, I get given things out of the blue every couple of years, and this was something I was given at about 28, which is quite a long time ago. And it was just this like, oh, I knew I was coming down, and I knew I was coming down for something. And actually, funnily enough, around that age, I was beginning to move away from a life that wasn't really the true existence I was meant to be living. It was more a conditioned life. And just, with my spirituality, I was beginning to discover me a bit more, going, I'm meant to be doing something else from what I'm doing.
yeah.
And that memory helped me realize that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. See, Carol Turner, there's no such thing as a stupid question, because
Great.
someone somewhere will be thinking exactly the same as what you're thinking. And Carol's asked, I know this is a silly question. What about that you feel you've been here before and you've done it before? That's quite common for a lot of people, isn't it? That experience.
Completely. Yeah.
I remember my old neighbor telling me her and her husband went to Italy, and they'd never been there before, and there was some kind of lovely little chapel up on the mountain, and they were walking towards the chapel, and she said to her husband, I don't know why, but I know this path is quicker. Well, her husband was up with the map, was like, no, we're going here. No, she said, trust me. And she found a shortcut to the chapel, and it kind of blew her away because she didn't know how she knew, but she knew. And that's a prime example, I think, of that. So yeah, there is this saying in spiritual circles, whatever's happened has happened already, which I can't get my head around that one. Okay. Joe Clements, hi Joe. She's asked Paul, could you tell me if a child continues to grow in spirit world, if you have ever had a miscarriage, if you have had a miscarriage, I haven't. My someone close to me did have a miscarriage, and I can tell you that in my experience, I've been told they grow in and around the family dynamic, so they're always around us. So yes, I hope that answers your question. How about you guys? Do you say the same? Have you ever experienced that? Yeah, I've had it in a message when I've done live demonstration once, and the child came in and was walking up and down, and I asked the question to the child because the child was making noises and being present around them, so they knew that the other child was there. And I asked the question, why do you come back? Why are you not in the spirit world? And the child referred to the family dynamic and wanting to understand about the love and the family, but wanted to just touch the earth, didn't want to stay, if that makes sense. So yeah, very controversial subject, and obviously it's very in my experience, in my opinion, but yeah, so I do believe they grow on. So yeah, but okay, oh gosh, you've got loads of questions, but guys, see, how have you got all night, by the way? Have you got to go? Okay.
I'm here forever.
Okay, great question, Zoe. What is the favorite part of your journey so far?
Oh, what is the favorite part? I mean, I love my journey. I haven't always loved my journey, I have to say. I think you tend to have to go through a lot of stuff you don't like until you start to discover what you do like. I think it was coming into my own independence when I hit 40. Something changed in me drastically on an inner level when I hit 40. And I started to connect with myself and have a relationship with myself, which I think so many of us don't. And as soon as I hit that power moment of actually all I need in this world actually is myself, which isn't just a trauma response, it's actually I have everything I need within. And I went on that inner journey. My outer world started to reflect that beautifully, because I truly believed in me. And I think when you start to grow in that way, everything around you starts to grow with you. So we were in tandem. I came into alignment with my path, but I had to go through what wasn't alignment with my path to discover that.
Yeah, and I'm hearing the reverb now.
Me too.
Let's put you off. I'm so sorry, guys. You've had to put up with
No, it's gone now.
4 issues tonight. We'll try to get rid of it on YouTube, but it has gone. That's good. I was going to ask you the importance. How do you think that's for you? The importance of self-development over what you do in terms of your mediumship?
Hugely important, because I find with self-development, the deeper you go within yourself, the more clutter you clear out, the more scope you have for spirit to come in. It's like a bottleneck. So if you fill up with stuff, you haven't worked on yourself, you can't hear, you can't see in the same way. And also to be able to separate what's my stuff and the person that I'm working with. If I'm not self-aware, it's a free-for-all. It's in some respects, it's not even particularly responsible to be working with people if you're not doing your own inner work. Whether that comes across as a judgment or not, this is my personal experience. When I was less self-aware and working with people maybe 15, 20 years ago, I look back and cringe and think, what was I doing? And now with my own self-awareness, the more I understand about myself, the deeper I can understand about another person.
But a lot of people come into mediumship just wanting to learn how to connect to the spirit world. They don't do the inner work. And it's really refreshing to hear your words. So I applaud you for that. I think that's brilliant, because I think that's probably the biggest part of the development itself, is development itself, not actually what we do. I think that's a side issue to some degree. So yeah, I mean, Tammy has asked a question. What happens to someone's spirit when they are in an induced coma? Have you ever, I'll quickly go over this one. Have you ever had that experience where you've had a connection from somebody in a coma? I can only refer to one message that I've had where a dad came through, Tammy, and said, gave me some great information to his daughter. He spoke about his other daughter. And then he said, can you tell my daughter that mum is here already nagging me? It turned out that mum was in a coma. So, yeah. So some people say that in a coma, you can pick up on the person's spirit. So yeah, interesting. So I've only ever had that one experience, but I have heard other mediums pick up people that are in comas.
When my late stepfather was dying, he was in a coma, and my mom, sister, and I were walking into the hospice, and he actually called me, although he was in a coma.
He called you?
Yeah, he came up on his phone. His cell phone was phoning my phone.
That's
And
connection.
as soon as we walked in to the hospice, I said to my mom, "Henry's calling me." And of course, she's like, "What?" And she ran to the room, but he was in a coma. So there's no, yeah. He literally phoned me.
Yeah, he found a way to connect with you.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carol agrees. She's put wow.
Yeah.
That's
Super
pretty,
wow. Yeah.
That is, yeah, it's pretty cool. So honestly, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes already. We've been going ages. Yeah, we have. It's just gone flying by.
Yeah.
So can I just ask you one more question? What next for you? What next?
I think lots more workshops are going to be coming. I know that I'm going to be training in astrology at some point, the shamanism at some point. You know, I'm very, very blessed that I don't always see what's coming, but Spirit always let me know. They prepare me, and then they present the doors ahead of me, and I've got to walk through them. I've learned it's better to walk through them than not. And there's just going to be so many more healing modalities that I think is going to be reaching further afield. That's my gut feeling.
Yeah.
It's needed. I think light workers are being called to service now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been an absolute privilege having you on. Thank you so much for agreeing.
Yes. Thank you.
I've loved it. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We're now going to do some more messages, guys. If you don't mind sharing, you're welcome to stay, Sue. But I'm not going to ask you to work, I promise. Okay, I'll put you on the spot. It's quite hard. It's not easy. The pressure of and if someone's not listening to the message online, it's really hard. And then you've gone down the line and no one's taking it. But I always trust in spirit that someone will get the message somewhere, whether they watch on a repeat or someone gives them that message. So yeah, Carol's put thank you so much. So many people are saying thank you so much.
Yeah,
Can you also, if you've shared, let us know that you've shared. Whose turn is it for the free reading?
Mine?
Hi,
possibly?
Jane.
That wasn't a question. It was the boss telling me it's my turn.
Hang on a minute.
Nice way to say it.
Hang on a minute. I'm not the boss. Now, just want to clear that up. All right. I just do as I'm told as well. So anyway, moving on. So guys, let us know you shared, and we're going to get, if you look on the right-hand side, so you might be able to see there's a bit at the top that says comments. If you click on that, it will come down, because I know your son set you up tonight, and he wasn't allowed to touch it. But
he did set me up in more ways than one, but we won't go there. But yeah, brilliant. Awesome.
Can you see the comments?
I can.
Awesome. So guys, if you've shared, please, Sharon, I still owe you a reading because your dog wasn't well, so I couldn't do poor old Sharon's. I hope your dog is on the mend. So who do you feel drawn to? Keep sharing. Put it on there, guys. Shared. And we're about to go to messages as well. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah.
Can you see them? You're struggling, aren't you? You can't see. Oh, have you just frozen?
No, she's.
You're still there.
Still there. I was just having a read. Do you want a question?
It's all just gone shared. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm on comments.
Oh, I bet you're on private chat.
No, I'm on comments. Do I need to be on private chat?
No.
Sweet. Sorry, I'm just in a world of my own reading the messages. You can carry on.
You got to pick someone. You got to pick someone's name.
Oh, okay. All right.
To anybody that's shared.
Yeah. How about Zoe Toombs.
Bless you. Zoe,
Cool
too.
beans.
Congratulations.
Hey. Cool beans, Zoe Toombs.
Yeah, I can't even see her on here. Have you done Zoe? Yeah, Jane, you haven't, have you?
No, I don't think so.
Awesome. Awesome.
No, she's shared. I found it.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
Thank you, Sue. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Maybe get you back on here as well to do some cards or numerology.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what my life number is. Do you know what yours is, Paul?
Ooh,
I wouldn't even know how to know
Mine's
that.
3.
is
How
it
would I
Yeah.
know what my life number is?
So
your life number? So you'd be working out your date of birth.
Oh,
Send me
gosh.
your date of birth. I'll work it out. I'll let you know what it is.
Thank you. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jordan's is 5. I don't know what that is, Jordan, what 5 is, but great number. All right, guys. So thank you so much.
yes,
It's
thank
been
you.
awesome. I hate this. So we're now going to open the Graham Norton bit, the trap door, where we let our guests go. It's not real. It's not real. We're just going to drop you out. But thank you so much for coming on.
It's
Yes,
a pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you very much. See you
Take
later. See you
care.
later, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye. So I have got mum coming through. I've got a mum coming through from the spirit world. I'm just going to quickly share this in here. We're going to get as many messages out as we can. I've got mum coming in from the spirit world that wants to connect. Okay, if you understand this information, let us know. Okay, I also know mum, I believe mum, I'm not okay. Royal something she's trying to give me. I believe she's trying to give me an army connection with this. I'm not sure if it's Royal Engineers, but I also know there's a daughter. I know there's grandchildren as well she's talking about, but I know there's an army connection with this. But I also know okay. I also know mum is dead proud of her daughter, and I need to give you this. I've just put the link up, Cal. We should be able to see it in Alice's page, my page, Jane's page on YouTube. You should be able to see that. Okay. Also, my page, Paul Bannister Medium on Facebook. So if you can see the link, jump in if you understand this message. Okay. I'm also, she's trying to give me not here. I don't know why you've not seen it. You might have to jump off then, Carol, if you believe this information is for you. Also been given the name Mike or Michael that connects to her. I also feel that Dad is in the spirit world as well alongside her. Okay. Also the name George that connects. Hi, Facebook. Yes, I can take the army link. Also, okay, thank you, Ruth. I know mum, I'm not sure if it's cancer, but the way she's making me feel is like a cancer with her, but she hasn't told me directly. But I can feel it's like this debilitating condition that she passed with, and I'm not sure what that is at this moment in time unless she tells me. But it's making okay. Oh, she's telling me now. I believe that she would have had oxygen as well. She needed oxygen as well. Okay. If you understand this link, please come in. There is a army connection to this. Anything drawn from me? Not sure, Jaziri. Hey, Dorothy. Not sure. I'm not sure why I'm getting unusual connections here. I can take it all but the army. Okay. There's something royal she keeps giving me. It sounds like Royal Engineers, but there's a royal connection. There's a army connection within the family, and I have to give you that, Mike and George. You understand that, Melody? Okay. Do you understand why she keeps what sounds like the army? It is the army connection that links into family, Jordan. Okay. I'm just going to keep sharing that link. There's a lot of chat on there. And I just need to get that link out there so you can see it, so you can come in. There's also, I do believe they're talking about someone else who's recently passed as well. She's talking about somebody else that's recently passed in the family. But mum's love here is really strong. Mum and dad, she was on oxygen. Okay. But do you understand the army connection or the military connection in the family, Melody? I'm just going to keep going. Keep sharing, guys. Keep sharing. That'd be great. Actually, we've picked someone now, so there's really no point, is there?
No, that's not.
Okay, I'm off with the fairies. It does take you that way when you go into spirit. Go on, Jane. You're going to add something.
So I'm having a pressure on my nose, like somebody's pushing my nose in or touching my face, pushing my face in, particularly my nose.
Yeah.
I feel very weird, very strange, but there's a lot of pressure going on with my nose.
Yeah, because people can't see the link. I'm not sure. Melody, if you believe this is for you, can you come in and take this link as well? That would be great. I was army. Son joining. Okay. See, there is something about engineering as well. I've got a sinus problem at the moment. Oh.
It's not that. I don't. So no, it's not that. Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. That's great. No, okay. No, I just want to keep giving mums love. There is somebody else who's passed as well. She's making me aware of it. Melody. So, she is awesome. She's coming on. She's trying to. Just waiting for her to come. I'm sorry, the nose could be me. I've got COVID. We're sorry about that. Zero. I had that last week or part of this week actually. Yeah. Okay, just waiting for Melody to come on. She's come into the back room, but she's not quite connected her device properly. So I'm just going to son done engineering at college. Okay, if you can come on, Ruth, come on, please. Do you understand the other information that links with this? There's also someone recent that passed in family as well. It's frustrating because we kind of want to get into the flow and bring this evidence through from this lovely, lovely lady. Yeah, I know Mum was bedridden. She talks about being bedridden. I'm glad you've made it through safe. Okay. Not sure. While we're waiting, guys, I'm going to hold the energy. Do you want to ask Jane a question as well? Because we can do that. I can hold the energy. Did you want to ask Jane a question while we're waiting? And if Melody can get in, then we'll carry on. Or if Ruth can come in, that would be great.
I've got like a lot of pressure in my head now.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
A lot.
Yeah.
I feel very strange too.
Was in the Air Force, an aircraft engineer. Okay, Tracy, if you can come in. I know of a mum who passed. Would you understand the oxygen that she had? She had to have oxygen. I do believe she was bedridden as well with this. Okay, what is spirit in the kitchen? Barks, no reason. So we're just going to keep going. If you've got was a spirit in my kitchen, Rhonda's asked, as my dog barks for no reason. It's probably hungry, Rhonda. It could well
yeah, you're a really good cook because I feel like this might sound strange, but it feels like spirits are drawn to your cooking.
So
I can just smell a lot of nice, beautiful food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
yeah,
oxygen and bedridden. Okay,
I feel like I've been given a lot of oxygen. Almost that floaty feel.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay. Was it my little ones touching my face? So he's asked.
Yes. I know you need more than just a yes answer, but I feel like they do it daily. I'm seeing the word daily, and I just see little children daily. There's more to come, more touches, touching your arm too.
Yeah.
Ooh, my head feels very weird.
Okay, and Sharon's asked, is she meant to move? Because it always seems as though a home doesn't want to leave us. Life events popping up.
So I don't know where to search because I don't know around where you live, sort of thing. Are we meant to move? I just hear no, not yet. No, not yet. You're not. I think that there's something in the home are surrounding the home that needs to be dealt with. But no, you're not meant to move quite yet.
Yeah, people are trying to come in the link, but they keep bouncing out, so we're not sure what's going on. Does a child speak into my Ring doorbell when it goes off? Don't know. Anything is possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
And no one time. And Carol's asked, will things be okay at work for me? Jane, please. No
as soon as Paul said that, I did receive no. But for me, it's a small no. So with a small n, if it was a capital no, it would be more prominent. So with the small no, to me, it's I don't know what you do for work, but so for me, it feels like something is going to, when you have like a backdoor experience, like you're offered something before everybody else is offered something, that this backdoor experience has to happen, and then everything will be okay. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, this is a powerful one. This is what's the correct info on my dad's death certificate?
You can help me with this one. I get a no.
Oh, we've got Melody coming in the back room. So,
good.
Okay, thank you for that. Hi, Melody. Good to see you.
Hi, good to see you both.
So I've got Mum here. I believe a Mum I have here. Would you understand there's somebody military within the family? Because I keep getting the military within the family.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm also know that Mum, forgive me for saying this, would have been on oxygen. She's just trying to give evidence and proof that she's here. I know this is for you now because I can feel Melody as you come in. I can hear your voice. I know I'm connecting you. I know Mum's passing was particularly difficult for a lot of people. She's making me aware of that. Okay. Now, she's also talking about a young man that also struggled after her passing, or in and around before her passing. There was a young man that really struggled with this and continues to do so.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be George.
This is the big message that I have here for you. He is going to be okay. Okay. She talks about being worried about him, but family members here being worried about him, but everyone coming together. Everything's going to fall into place for him. You are not to worry. Okay. Although, forgive me for saying this live on air, he can sometimes be his own downfall.
Totally.
Okay?
Yeah.
So she makes me aware of that. So sometimes it's about attitude and changing mind, perception. Okay. But there's so much love coming from her to him. Okay. And also, I'm also aware that someone's been suffering either with high blood pressure or some kind of heart issue as well, Mum's telling me.
Both her and one of the brothers.
Yeah, but I believe they're still here. They're this side of life, not
Yes.
in spirit
Correct.
world. Yeah, they're this side of life.
Correct.
And I know she's talking about that. And I don't want them to worry about that as well. Also, you keep sensing spirit around you as well.
I do.
Of late. Also, I'm not sure who the gentleman is, but I've also got a gentleman that comes in that would have had a bronchial condition, a lung condition. I also believe there would have been either fluid on the heart. It's that kind of information that I'm getting from this gentleman. Okay, would you understand this information that I'm getting from this gentleman? I do believe it relates to you on your mother's side.
Correct.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And I also want there's some kind of anniversary coming up in and around May time. She's taking me to. This is to do with Dad. This will be to do with Dad, apparently.
Yep.
I also want to go to around the 16th of the month as well, of that month, or in and around the 16th. There's also, she's telling me there's a time and place for everything. Also, she says to you to choose your battles carefully.
I agree.
All right. There is some kind of celebration coming up, but I think it's a community celebration that she wished she'd be a part of. Do you understand this? And
Yeah.
I believe there'll be quite a lot of community feel coming together. Now, forgive me, she's making me aware that you've not been as involved You've been kind of, forgive me, I'm just going to say, you've been checking out a little bit, keeping yourself to yourself a little bit. Mum wants to get you a little bit more proactive and back out into society. All right, and meeting
agree.
people and just doing more. The other thing is, there's also some. I think I had this recently. There's some kind of travel abroad with this. You're going to tell me you've never left the country in your life, but there's some kind of travel going to France. There's some kind of connection with Paris. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, great. And also the joy I can feel in my heart of coming through. And this is the difference when we have someone that we can connect to and we hear the voice, the message just opens up. I can feel Mum's love and Mum's joy in and around me for you. Okay. And I'm so happy that you come on. She's
Thank
telling
you
me.
for having me.
Oh, pleasure. Can you get anything on that, Jane?
No, just as you're talking, I felt like pressure on the back of my head, but I don't know what that relates to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was Mum, because I also got pain across my sinuses as well, and pressure. Whether she had to wear a mask a lot, I don't know.
As soon as Melody came on, the pressure of my nose and my whole face, it must have been the oxygen. It did change. It left, and like I feel more myself. But then, as Paul was talking a little bit, I got pressure on the back of my head.
Yeah, I believe that links to Mum. I'm not
Okay.
sure whether it's the mask or not. Okay. Would you? Mum was quite funny, wasn't she? She had her moments because she's making me laugh. She's really making me laugh. She's got a great sense of humor, and that's what. Oh, what's that? Would you also understand the Capricorn as well? She's connecting to the November. Is it November Capricorn? The November birthday?
January.
January. Is it? Oh, I see. I'm rubbish at star signs.
Scorpio is November.
Yeah, thank you. But she said, I heard the Capricorn. The Capricorn. Okay. Would you understand the Capricorn birthday?
Yes.
She thinks. Okay, great. I'll shut up and move on. Right. Thank you so much, Melody.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming in, taking Mum's message.
All right. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Blessings.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, I've not been watching the comments at all, so I don't know if people have been saying other stuff.
The comments have kind of just stopped.
Okay, that's me. Okay, maybe it's time for us to say goodnight. It's been a brilliant evening. Our guest has been fantastic. We can't thank Sue enough for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. She's such a lovely lady.
Yeah, and we'll be back this time next week at 8 o'clock.
And 12 p.m. noon my time.
Awesome. Where's my time? Where's that part of the world?
So I live in Canada on Vancouver Island. We also call it the West Coast. So I live on the West Coast.
Beautiful. Yeah, we're jealous. Okay.
Yeah, you should be. Okay.
See everybody next week. Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.